Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are diving into part 14 of the Rags to Mansion Baron challenge, and I cannot wait to be done. I just thought we'd start with that. Now, if you missed it last time, we were able to give Annabelle a bed that was not a pallet bed. So we went and bought her one of the most expensive ones. It does have like a Victorian vibe going to it, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. So here are the twins. The hot tub twins are sleeping, and Levi is up and at 'em on a Saturday very early. Weekends are always weird for Sims kids because Monday through Friday, you have that like they get up, they go to school, they get back, they got to do homework, they got to eat, shower, and sleep. It's very scheduled and laid out for you. And then the weekend comes around, and you're like, okay, but what do I do with them now? What am I supposed to do with it now? So we're just gonna send him on his way and play with his computer, maybe learn a couple things. He's a social butterfly, so we are gonna just let him chat, okay? Because his social is also low, so it should just solve everything all at the same time. We've also added a little bit to the dining room here, and I mean, I think we should be what is that, final touch? Yeah, I think we should be close to the 200 mark. Like, I think that's coming, which is really exciting because that means we might finish this in the 20 parts that I'm hoping for. You guys, I don't know. I am struggling so much with this challenge. And maybe it's because I didn't choose a money making option that was challenging. But I mean, logically, you're going to choose something that's going to make you money, right? And painting doesn't make you money, then what does, honestly? So we're going to go in and we're going to call the nanny because that is how we start our day here in Sam's Cozy Corner. And, we're gonna try and tidy up a bit before the nanny gets here so that he doesn't, like, report us or anything, so actually, they don't do that in the game. That would be that would be sad. So here's the nanny, he has been around the block more than once. I don't know where he's going, maybe to see Levi because the twins are still sleeping, and we are going to try to jump in to painting because that's what we do here, okay? Last time we also started flirting with other people because Marcel is getting boring, and we called him out on his closeness with his wife, thank you to the RPO mod, and he said he cut ties with her, but he didn't. So, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I like, I don't care anymore. This isn't really a storyline gameplay for me, so it's kind of boring, I find. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys love rags to riches, like, to go from nothing to something. And, I mean, I totally agree because when I play, I start off with $0, but I don't limit myself to only doing, like, rags to riches. Like, everybody starts off with $0 because how are you gonna learn? How are you gonna learn if you don't go through the struggles, okay? So, yeah, to me, this is very bland in terms of a challenge. I probably won't do this again. It is fun. It is fun. I'm doing it on the smallest lot, so there's not a lot of room to work with, and we are doing it with the least amount of rooms, I feel, because we haven't even finished furnishing this house, and we're nearly at 200,000. So, I think we're doing okay. We have managed to have a couple see babies, and it was interesting. It's almost Derek's birthday. Are you telling me there will be no toddlers in the house anymore either? Where's the notification? Hold on. Sorry, I had to check. I almost thought she had a bump there. Oh, and I just thought we were gonna have a happy moment and then a sad moment. We are still I don't think she is. I know she had fun with Marcel the last time, but I think we're all right. We are stopping traffic. So, okay, because the twins are having their birthday soon, and so that to me means that it's time to bake some cake. and I could not be more excited than I am right now. I'm containing it, but I wanna, like, climb the walls and start jumping off because I'm so excited. Oh, this is amazing. No more nannies after that. No money spent on any of that. My good did you guys just see that? Play with makeup. I did not know that sim children could play with makeup. That's awesome. Alright. Cake needs to bake faster. Marshall is just, like, sleeping in, and buddy boy, I understand it. I'm gonna get Derek to use the potty, but just one last time. Just one last time, just for the sake of it, we are gonna get him to use the potty. And we've lit the candles. So, Derek, I'm gonna need you to hurry up. Maybe we'll just go and wake up Marshall and get it done anyway. So, again, I'm going in with the toddler. I think I talked about this last part or the part before that, but sometimes it's just easier to be the infant or the toddler and, like, focus the command towards the adult rather than the adult go to the toddler or the infant trying to figure out what they want. So, oh, here we go. Immediately, like, no time in between. Nobody is taking a slice of this cake. Like, nobody. Pick up the child. I don't know where the other one has gone. He's going behind the house. There wasn't enough room in the kitchen. That's fine. As long as you still get the job done, I'm all right with it. Let's randomize the trait. He's a cat lover. Okay. Um, we'll give him a multi-skill, mind and body. Sure. Love the sound of that. Here we go. Here goes Derek. He's like wibbly wobbly. Now, in the meantime, we're going to get Marshall up and running. Look at him. What a big boy. Using the washroom, taking a shower, having some lunch, supper. I love it. It's all so wonderful. Worth every minute taken away from painting. Derek aged up. Now, what trait is he going to get? I wonder. Football. Okay, we'll give him the social trait like Levi. Oh, I love this. Sydney, Savannah. Oh, were those Marcel's other kids? Do we know them? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, I thought for a minute there we were gonna have a little fun, but I think it's just a game glitch that it does that. Because technically, I guess, like, they're family, so, like, family members send gifts, except in this case, they don't know about each other, so I'm not exactly sure how well that plays in with the thought process there, but was almost fun for a minute. But it looks like our time has concluded. I bet you're no longer needed. It was a great day. Right, so we are gonna go back down the stairs, and we are going to keep painting. Oh, this is wonderful. Yeah, I we're not gonna need the nanny, we can do this. I would set full autonomy on the kids, except here's the problem. You know, the minute their energy goes down even the slightest, they will go to sleep, and then, they'll be up at midnight, and when time rolls around to go to school, they've got no energy, and they go to school anyway, and all of a sudden, everything is just way off. So I think it's just gonna be much easier to run the show ourselves with the children who can actually do their own thing than just let them do their own thing, right? Because I don't want more things to do. It just yeah, I'm not gonna use autonomy. I rarely use that, rarely. Unless I'm playing the type of gameplay where I'm throwing 8 Sims in a house, but I don't really wanna play everybody. I just want to be one person and, you know, have these other people in the house. To me, it just makes sense. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing here, but I'm sure you can. I am getting rid of everything related to babies and infants and toddlers, and it's all gone. All of it. Even this. Bye-bye truck. Um, yeah, I don't know, full autonomy is something that I rarely ever use. Maybe way back in the day, it was something I used, like, when I would play with cheats and everybody was happy all the time, and I would use motherload because, that was my only business. Nobody worked, everybody just didn't have skills, everybody just lived the life. I feel like maybe I used it then because it didn't matter, but now that I play to actually play, it matters. It matters, and routine matters when you're playing Sims, and it's the smallest little things that keep you going, like making sure that the children are in bed when at nighttime prior to the school and making sure that you're getting them in the bed between a certain level of energy because you don't want to send them to bed too early, right? If their energy is not quite low enough, because then they'll be up at 3 a.m. Okay. And I just think that those little things sometimes can be super cozy when you're playing The Sims or in other games too. Like sometimes structure is nice. This, I feel, this challenge has a very structured layout. And I feel like tossing everybody into a chaotic room and just letting them wreak havoc. I need a little bit of chaos. I need a little bit of interesting. I need stories. Okay. I talked about this last time. I am a storyteller. I love reading. I love things like plot twists and things that I would not have thought of happening. So I need to get back to the storylines and I need to get back to watching a real story unfold. To me, I am not focused on the story here. I am solely focused on the aspiration that we're working towards. And so I feel like it lacks for me. Fall lesson. Okay. What has she painted now? You go, girl. Now, a couple parts ago, I don't know if you've watched it. I can't remember if it was part 10 or 11. Our business glitched. Okay. So the walls were, like, full of paintings, but she hadn't painted because she had just had all the kids, and we were taking a little bit of a break and possibly a Menti B, but couldn't figure out once we opened the shop again what was going on. Everyone was just kinda hanging out around the house and then coming down the stairs, but not entering the shop, and it was saying things like, "Not enough business activities," which I thought was really weird because there's only one by the paintings. After much deliberation, we'll say, I figured out that the paintings almost forgot, like, they were on sale. So I had to move them all around from wall to wall to, like, like, I don't know, re-enter them into, like, the sale program of the game, I guess? I'm not sure. Anyway, so we solved that problem, and then we made a bunch of money, which is when we bought Annabelle that bed. Now, I can't stop staring at her. Like, I know your Sims gain weight over time, and if they have children, they will, like, adjust their weight, but for some reason, she is giving, like, cryptic vibes. I'm not entirely sure. She's not nauseous, and we haven't gotten any kind of notification, but I'm just keeping an eye out. Just keeping an eye out, just in case, because I'm not ready for that again. I don't wanna do that again in this gameplay. It will really slow us down, and I have so much more I wanna do after this challenge. So, you know, buckle up, guys. Now, that being said, do you guys have, like, challenges that are an absolute no for you or challenges that you guys like? Like, let me know in the comments what you guys enjoy to do in your gameplay. Are you guys storytellers or do you go in and set yourself a goal and work towards that goal? Or are you just pure chaos and everybody gets locked in a 4x4 space, you know? Like, let me know what you guys do because I think that's really interesting to see how everyone plays differently and how everyone interprets what they enjoy doing with their Sims game. Do you guys play with CC? You like playing just with packs? Do you only play base game? So I think that would be really cool if we could all share what we do with our games. Okay, back to business. We are sending her off to bed in her new Victorian style. Here she goes. Yeah, so I think next we might work on the living room because the kitchen is not complete, but I mean, it is as much as it's going to be for now. I haven't added steps in the like right-hand corner there because I don't know if we're actually going to need them. I really just want to focus on finishing furnishing the house, then we'll see what else we need. So if we do need something else, we will, you know, probably just put a basement and throw a pool in there with a little spa because those things are expensive, they hold their value, and it just makes more sense. So we'll finish the dining room and work on the living room. There's also an office, um, bedroom. We're gonna finish her bedroom and the hallway upstairs. So there is quite a few things left to do in the actual home that's already built. So we're gonna finish those and see what's left after that. So we're gonna try and speed through this, but the children are already awake. Okay. No need to wet yourself, darling. I don't even know which one you are anymore because you guys' hair is the same. They've broken the toilet. Okay, well, lucky for us, we have 3 bathrooms in the house. Surely you can find a toilet that is not broken to use. There's absolutely no need for anybody to be wetting themselves. I actually now, of course, I used to use Motherload, so of course my houses were big and expensive, and there was, more bedrooms than you could handle in Sims and more bathrooms than necessary and all this other jazz. And one time I had used the Motherload, but I wasn't using like the heat for the needs. So I was still playing my Sims. The problem was my house was so large and my Sim was pregnant at the time. And so, of course, naturally, when your Sims are pregnant, their needs go down like way, way, way fast. And she couldn't make it to the toilet. And the game notified me like I had unlocked, I don't know if it's like a milestone or like like some kind of something in the game. And it said, had your Sim wet themselves on a lot that had more than 5 toilets. And I don't wanna say I was insulted, but it didn't feel great. It didn't feel great to know that I had failed my Sims so badly that she had unlocked some kind of, like, milestone moment for the game itself. Alright, so now we have got the twins outside cloud gazing, and we are sending Levi on his way to his computer because we've spent a fortune on it. Everybody gets an expensive computer. It just makes sense. They cost a lot of money. So, you know, put that down in the book. We're going to keep going with those things. I mean, if we're really being honest, oh, it's Annabelle's birthday. Well, we'll get her to make a cake. Yeah, I mean, if we're really being honest, I'm also trying to avoid using um, the most like expensive paintings. I could buy I could buy 50 of those and put them on the wall, and then case closed, day's done. I could also go in and buy the, like, knight that you use in the legacy challenge, the one that you put, like, in your inventory. I'm also trying to avoid that, but it's also because I don't really like those in my gameplay. I don't like the look of the frames. I wish that we could change the actual frames because the pictures themselves are very nice. But, yeah, like, the knight, maybe I could make it really small and then put it on a dresser or something, like, in the kids' room. That is something I would be okay doing, but I really am trying to avoid using the big ticket items that we would normally use to make the houses expensive. Alright, so we are going to age up Annabelle, and wow, I can't believe that she's actually already gonna be an adult. That's wild. Does that mean that we've spent, like, what is it, 30 30 days? Does that make sense? And she was pregnant twice, so that's an extra 6 days. That is wild. Okay, well, hold on. Wait for us. Um, the day is done. She is now an adult. Wow. This is so weird. I need you guys to know that normally when I play, for example, if this was a family I was playing and, you know, these were the children, Levi, as soon as he is a teenager, I would move out with him. Like, house not finished, you know, crates, like, whatever. I would just, like, pick him up, move him out, and move on, and we would do something new, and then after a while, I would get tired of him too, and I would start a new family from scratch and move them in somewhere, and then I would go into my, um, like, what is it, like, the family editor or something, like, on the main screen where it shows you all the houses that you, like, play, and I remove them from my playable houses so that they continue on with their merry lives, and I pretend like I had nothing to do with that. 0 involvement. Right. So, real challenge for me is setting up my forever save file because that's something I've never done. Lawful alignment. Oh, I love that. Okay. But yeah, a forever save file is gonna be so weird. I am doing it rotational gameplay, which should help with the feeling of, like, repetition or that stuck feeling you get after being with, like, a Sims family for so long because we'll be going back and forth from family to family, so I think that will really help me with it, but I don't know, guys. It's gonna be tough. It'll be tough. Scratchy? Oh, no. When one gets sick, they all get sick. That is the way. Right, darling. Less talking, more painting. Let's get this done. I truly believe that we can do this in the next, what is this, part 14? So, in the next 6 parts, we can do this. All right? Let's just get down to business and finish it up. She's just having the grandest time. Who are you? Alberto. Berto. Hmm. Nice. Nice to see you. Fancy meeting you here. Clumsy, vegetarian, child of the islands. That's fine. Welcome to the business, Alberto. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Hello, sunshine. Um, excuse me. Which one are you? Morgan? Please back away from the target. Excuse me. Please and thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's try to embrace. All of a sudden, there is something more interesting than painting to do. Oh, hmm. Marcus Flex. No. Oh my, was that romantic satisfaction? Ooh, yes. Oh, oh no. Why was there negative there? Bye. Don't leave just yet. Come back. We'll call you after hours, or you can just swing by when you've got the time. Whew, she is sweating. Don't blame you, girl. Um, Angela, there's no need for you to clean the counters, darling. Goes another painting. $600? That's not very much. 2,200? That's not even very much. We have the price modifier at 100%. These puppies should not be going for less than 3,000. 3,000, yeah, 3,000. $600. She doesn't even get out of bed for $600. She just bought a bed worth more than $600. But nevertheless, why don't you go buy those paintings that are labeled masterpieces? Those are the big ticket items. Welcome everybody to the business. I did say last time we would be flirting with everyone, but we're tame. We do have to keep it a little bit tame, okay? Because we do still have something to work towards here. So I'm glad you think my llama jokes are getting old. Okay, all right then. She's also cleaning the cupboards. Is this something my sim is supposed to be doing? Cleaning the cupboards? They're not even dirty. There's nothing for sale there. Everybody's watching her paint. Wait, are we out of paintings? She's proud of herself. I'm sorry. Sir, were you just having a little swig of the nectar in the corner? Right, so we have made it masterpiece. It's worth 3,200 with the price modifier at 100. We should come out above 6,400 simoleons for that masterpiece. Yes? Yes. So we're gonna close for now though because it is 11 p.m. So yeah, 3,200 simoleons, 100%. All right, now look how peaceful that was. These children took care of the basic needs by themselves. Now it's time for bed. I forgot that I had put a little deck area up here. Like, could give them a microscope, maybe? Although there's a chance of accidents with microscopes, with the telescopes. So maybe not. Perhaps that is not the best idea. We are going to have to do something with this room, though. I don't like that painting. Don't like how Victorian it looks, how fancy and royal for some reason. That's what I think of every time I see this type of furniture and whatnot. Like, just get that royal Victorian vibe. I don't know if it's the round corners or like I'm not sure, but that is not the style that I would normally use. So I'm gonna try to adjust that, I think, the next time I go into build mode. Because I mean it's nice. It's really nice, but not for me. Dreamer aligned. I love that. She's so confident too. I wonder if the schemers are as confident. That would be interesting to see. And it's Monday? Ooh, the good news keeps on coming. Dirty plate on the counter. Oh, the vacuum is on. Oh, the vacuum is broken. Well, that's not performance. All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to go get a new vacuum. We've got 19,000 simoleons. I think we can afford one. So we are going with the swivel. All right, we're going to get it out of the way and we're actually going to get started on the living room. So yes, I am putting another fire, fireplace, fireplace. This one is going to be black, but I love it. I love these fireplaces, okay? If I could put four of them together. Can I put four of them together? No. No, 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 no. Maybe next time. Yeah. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna go and try and get this living room done so that the children have somewhere to go and hang out and, wind down. Because we only actually have two computers at this time, so I feel like it would be more beneficial to have a TV that they can go sit at and watch together. Now, I didn't think this part through when I put the fireplace. You know, isn't it silly? These are the exact same, but the coloring is different on them simply because of where I've placed the light bulb on the ceiling. It's like a nervous tick, but it's not like I'm not nervous, it's just like a tick. So we're gonna size this down because it's expensive, but I don't want it on the actual wall. I want it to look like it's just sitting there, like something that the kids have painted. We'll throw in a plant because plants are fun. I don't have any. I think I would have to go artificial. I don't have a green thumb. So, you know, but I do think that they're really nice and I wish that I did have a green thumb, but I don't. All right. So now for the window treatments. Uh, oh, too tall. Yeah, I'm feeling the blue. I am feeling the blue, obviously. Yeah, I like it. I mean, don't mind the dust. Okay, the vacuum broke, so don't mind the dust. All right, let's place a couch. I will say though, I wish that we had more couches like the couches that came with the home decorator pack. I wish there was more options like this where I could make and build a modular couch. I want more of these and I want different swatches and different styles. I want some that look like they're puffy and I want some that look like they're hard as a rock. I want patterns and different color schemes and I love this because you can really build the couch to your needs. I'm not sure if I like the orange. And we're going to pull out our trusty friend, the tool mod, to adjust the size of this rug for the couch we've created. Just a smidgen bigger. And we're going to slide it up using the Alt button. I do love this rug. Mm, we're going to have to make some changes. Oh, I like the yellow actually. Very bright, very sunny. How this build went from dark and moody to, hey, whatever, there's a family living here. But whatever. I think that it's funny because when I build for my Sims, I build and I paint the walls and I semi-decorate it, and then I don't touch anything ever again. Maybe that's why I get so bored with it. Maybe if I was constantly changing things up and refurnishing like you would normally, like I do. I move my living room around um way too many times. I have certain ways that the living room needs to be set up via the season. So, you know, I mean, maybe that is one of the reasons that I don't enjoy staying with a family too long because I don't bother to go back and adjust the house. I also wish that there was a way that you could sell your house and leave the furniture. So, for example, if I was to move Annabelle out of this house, and it would be like sell furniture, but I wish the furniture stayed in the home and could be resold furnished. I find that because I mean, you can still go in and choose unfurnished. You can still go in and choose bulldoze. So why can we not choose the furnished options? Like in order to keep the furniture, I think we would have to evict her. Yes? Yeah. I think we'd have to evict her while we're moving somebody else in. Right, so there's our little living room. The two different colors for what's under TV is a little bit making my eyes twitch, but I like it. Okay. So now we are safe to vacuum. Oh yeah, and the kids were still home. Ciao, boys. Oh, look at that. A nice living room, a semi-finished dining room. The floor is clean. Let's go downstairs. We're gonna vacuum down there too because we're gonna be opening up this shop. I need to add some color down here, I think. Everything in here is so expensive, so I don't wanna touch it. Be real. Always be real. Be you, but be real, okay? That is like random facts with Sam, okay? Always be true to yourself with others, with yourself. Like, that is so important. And I'm going to choose that every time. Be real. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We don't have many paintings on the walls. and and that's okay cuz we're going to make it, right? Really didn't think that through. Oh, romantic satisfaction is happening between I can't remember if he's Brant or Brent. I think it's Brent. And Summer Holiday? Scandal. Wait, did him and his husband break up? Feel like I lack information. Where is the tea? Think wait, can we check neighborhood stories for that? Sign me for that newsletter. She following him? No, she's still there. No. Oh, there she goes. Way to be inconspicuous. Gavin Richards. Why is the side glitching like that? Why is no one buying these paintings? Please don't tell me we're gonna have to do this again. The children are already home from school? No way. Has it already been like 6 hours? Oh, here they are. Look at this. We got the itchy, smelly boy. You know what he reminds me of? Smelly cat. Oh, smelly cat. Not to mention, his father's name is Marcel, who, as I've been told by one of you that have left a comment, like Marcel is the name of Ross's monkey on Friends. So maybe it is fitting that one of the twins is also Smelly Cat. So there's There's too many coincidences here, I feel. But yes, every time I say the name Marcel, that is what I think of, Ross's monkey in Friends. Okay, look at the steps here. They're like glitching every time I move around. I don't know if it's because of where they're placed, because they're technically in the basement, but it's open to the outside. It stopped, I guess. It was weird. Me governing the children from the basement. Do your homework, boys. Derek Mead has completed his homework for the day. That is beautiful. Now, I think only Levi can do extra credit because the boys, this is like their first day of school. So I don't think they're doing extra credit today. But oh, look, she aged up. We're still not answering the phone call. Oh, look, there goes the steps again. Romantic satisfaction with Alberto ends. Well, hold on. There's some romance happening here in this shop. Interesting. Maybe I should have just opened up a bar. You know what I could add, actually? I could add a ticket master style thing to the lot where people would actually pay just to enter the store. Talk about double dipping. So I could charge them per hour or I could charge them like a one-time fee where every time they come onto the lot or every hour would charge them just for sticking around and loitering in our store. What is going on with her? See, it's not just me, right? Looks like there's could be a bump there. Like, that it looks like there's a bump, but I don't see. Um, trying to get a better angle, but that can't be. I can't do this again. We're almost at the end. This would really put a damper on my 20-part plan, I'll tell ya. Right, so we are moving these around because, of course, they're not selling, and I need them to. Like, maybe she's just gaining weight. I'm not exactly sure how the weight system works in the game. I obviously know that some Sims will gain weight over time depending on what they're eating and what they're doing, but I don't think it's the logical way. So, who is this? Yeah, I don't think the weight gain is logical in the game. Um, I I don't know, and it's hard to tell if she has just simply gained some weight or if she is pregnant and we just don't know yet. Now, it doesn't say that she's nauseous or anything like that, so I'm going to assume that she's not. Customer reviews, we did indeed make 34,000 simoleons, even though it took us a while to figure out what was going on with the paintings again. I don't know why that's happening. We're gonna move them back, though, to these boards. Easier for me when I'm doing gameplay because I usually play facing the other way, so then I know exactly how many paintings she has left. Well, look here. You turn away from the children for just a minute, and they've gone and broken the sink, maybe more. There's no food left in the fridge. Unbelievable. Let's go and send them to watch a movie together, and hopefully it will solve their fun and their social at the same time. Now, I think that option comes with the movie hangout, perhaps? Look at the mess in here. Let's serve some dinner. Oh, yeah, we haven't made a family recipe in a while. I think it's because we've just been, well, we've been quite busy, haven't we? And the nanny's been doing all the cooking, honestly. Mind you, half the time It got spoiled before I picked it up, but the nanny did a wonderful job of feeding everybody. Ugh, oh my. Look at the movie. It is The Sims 3. So on the TV, when your Sims are watching TV, it's actually videos of The Sims 3, which I think is kind of cool. And when they play on the computer, it's like Sims 1 or 2. I love that. That is such a little like throwback. Levi, it's just standing around. There's a whole couch there. Like 10 people could probably fit on that couch, and he can't seem to find himself one seat. What are they watching? Oh my goodness. Is this like Spy Kids or something? That's it, the movie's over. Guys, I hope you had fun watching your little movie on a school night, no less. Right, so we have finished making that salad. It is sparkling, so it must be delicious. Just absolutely scrumptious. We are gonna have to get these kids to bed. One of the twins is in gray, which means that they were completely bored by that movie. That's hilarious. All right, so we are gonna get them rolling. He needs a shower in bed, and this is the sick one. You can tell he's playful. He's delirious. He is using the washroom and going to bed. It was a boring movie for him. That is so funny. All right, and now he is also going to use the washroom and going to bed. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about routine, right? Make sure their needs are full prior to them going to bed, ready for the morning for school. And of course, Annabelle is going to come upstairs and use her washroom, which we furnished. And then she is also going to head to bed. And I thank you all for joining me, and we will see you next time.